Hello! My name is Equal Play,
I'm Twixt2,
and together we are Curious Gamers.
and today we are curious about making tutorial videos in Minecraft.
We are, or more specifically, how not to make Minecraft tutorials.
Most of our video experience is SMP recording.
So we have a new series coming up where there's more tutorial focused. And we thought we were doing great until it came to editing it all together and realised we hadn't quite got it right.
No. So we spent a lot of time and effort into a video and a build. You're seeing the build, or the resulting build of this tutorial now, but we didn't feel we could actually show you the video, so we scrapped it and thought, okay, we learned a lot of stuff here. Let's tell the people what we learned.
So the key thing that we learned was that SMPs that we have a lot of experience in doing, and tutorials which we have very little experience in doing, are quite different video styles.
Yeah, and that difference in video styles goes way back to when you first conceive a video idea.
Yeah, it is quite different planning. And I would say they both take about the same amount of time, but your time is spent doing different things.
Yeah, so we had our big realisation moment where I'd spent this time, I'd done the build, I'd created the first build, and then Eep logged on, and everything fell apart.
T had built this in the creative world, done all the design done all the designing and everything, taken it over to the world and rebuilt it using the time lapse in the world and the location we'd chosen. And then I was going to come on at the end with her, do the outro, totally take all the credit for it, and everything was going to be right in the world. So we log on and she's showing me this build, and I'm like, this is fantastic, it's brilliant, it's amazing. How is this a starter base? This looks really complicated. I have absolutely no idea how you built this. I'm not a builder. To which T goes, oh, it was easy. I just did this, and then this, and then this, and this. And I was like, fantastic. Don't suppose that information comes out in the time lapse while you created it? And she went, nope.
I went, no, I built it in the precise way I normally would a time lapse, from the bottom up, so that it looks really cool and impressive as this build is like growing out of the ground. That's not very helpful for a tutorial.
To which, yeah, we were then like, oh, okay, well, can you rebuild it in its component parts of those stages so that we could then actually show this as a tutorial on those thought processes so that the audience can actually be on this design journey with you? So then poor T goes off and rebuilds this for a third time. At which point we can take a step back and go, this isn't really working. What should we do with all this footage? It's like 20 hours of footage at this stage. Oh, I'll tell you what would be really good. All the lessons we've just learned from the fact that this episode is not going to work as a tutorial because we are survival Minecraft players.
So yeah, this is what we've learned about how not to make a tutorial.
Yeah, don't forget that while you're building it, you need to actually build it in a way that your audience can understand how to build it and learn something from it. So that they can then go off and recreate it and add their own bits and take the lessons learnt from it.
And that's possibly the key thing, that because when we do an SMP video, we're looking to entertain. We're not looking to tell someone how to do something. We're just looking to show people and take them along this narrative.
Well, yeah, in our SMPs we do a little bit of planning. We tell a story that we try to include a couple of specific elements in. We go do the recording, end up with a whole bunch of extra footage, which we then need to replan into it before editing. And that's quite different from a tutorial where you have to plan it all, do it all, understanding the perspectives and knowing how it's going to be used, and then just edit it all together. It's actually a much more streamlined process that we hadn't quite got.
So a tutorial would be a lot slower paced, I would say. So we make our SMPs fairly fast paced and we include a lot of things in them, whereas with a tutorial you're still sort of taking an audience along for a narrative, along for the journey, but in a different way. You're showing them how to achieve something rather than what you did.
It's informative rather than entertainment, I guess.
Yeah.
If I learned something from an SMP, it's by accident. If I go to a tutorial and I've been really entertained but haven't learned anything, it's not really a good tutorial for me.
No, because if I want to watch an SMP, I want to be entertained. If I go and watch a tutorial, it's because I want to know how to do something.
And we have seen some people combine the two quite well. But generally, I think the rule of thumb is either you're teaching someone something or you're entertaining them. I think that's where we really fell down, is we were too busy trying to do both. But I think the main takeaway was you do need to do like all that planning. Again, they both take a good at least 20 hours per episode, but that time is spread in a different way. So with a tutorial, I would say you'd spend a lot more percentage of that time planning, and then you do your recording, and then it all fits in nicely with the edit. You know where everything is, just bam, 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 it all fits in. Whereas with an SMP, you do a tiny bit of planning up front, you do a whole bunch of recording, you then replan the footage that you actually have, and then you somehow try and fit that into a narrative and a story in your edit, which can be really quite challenging to do at times. So yeah, it takes about the same amount of time, but a different emphasis in that time. Yeah.
I mean, this is coming from people who heavily plan even our SMPs, and we thought we'd planned enough for a tutorial, and we had done maybe a fraction of what we needed to do.
I think we did plenty. It was the fact that you've always got to take that step back and ask, how is this coming across to the audience? What is the audience expecting? And I think it was that because we weren't used to just, doing a tutorial, we weren't used to teaching an audience, we were more used to entertaining them. And even in our Minecraft Basics series, like some of the slightly longer episodes,
they're purely entertainment. Yeah.
Surely we are talking about things, people are learning stuff, but then there's us giggling in the background most of the way through.
I think we're doing those mostly for our own entertainment.
Yeah, that's true. But hopefully someone learned something from them. So, long story short is we've learned a lot just by changing the emphasis and the style of our video, and understood that a tutorial and an SMP need different styles. And it's going to be interesting to see going forward how we learn and grow, and how by starting to do these tutorials, how that's going to impact us as content creators going forward.
And this house may appear in a server near you anytime soon.
It is a very nice build. It would be a shame not to actually utilise it somewhere.
But it is not going to be appearing in this tutorial series. Not now anyway. We have more plans, and that series is going to continue, but we're just going to hopefully do a better job of it.
Yeah, but we didn't want to lose this footage and waste it. So hence this video, which we hope you've really enjoyed. And do let us know what your thoughts are, what your processes are for your video making, whether tutorial and SMP, the differences you see. So yeah, comment below, get this conversation going, help everyone learn from each other on different styles.
Yeah, because we could learn lots from lots of people who do things in a different way of us. Our way is definitely not the right way and the only way.
Oh, not by a long shot, yeah. But yeah, also please, like, subscribe if you're, really excited to see these tutorials. So woohoo, they will be coming soon. It'd be interesting to see how much we apply what we've just told you to our own videos, or if this is very much do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for joining us today.
We will see you in the next video.
Yeah, stay curious.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.